Paradox of Divinity and Disarray in the IDMR. Anonymous, April 8, 2024. How could something from God that is pure, divine, heavenly, righteous, and true result in so many negative life outcomes and consequences? In the annals of religious movements and organizations, a poignant question often arises, casting a long shadow over the claims of divine inspiration and guidance. How could something from God that is pure, divine, heavenly, righteous, and true result in so many negative outcomes? This inquiry becomes particularly pertinent when examining the history of the Institute of Divine Metaphysical Research, IDMR, a group that, despite its lofty claims of spiritual enlightenment and divine backing, has been marred by a number of controversies that starkly contrast with its purported divine origins. The IDMR, established with the promise of unlocking profound spiritual truths and guiding its adherents towards a deeper understanding of divine principles, has, over the years, been besieged by a litany of issues that seem at odds with the very essence of its foundational claims. These discrepancies between claim and reality raise significant questions about the nature of the organization and the veracity of its assertions of divine guidance. False promises and failed doomsday predictions. Central to the critique of the IDMR is its history of failed doomsday predictions. Time and again, leaders within the organization have proclaimed specific dates for apocalyptic events, only for these dates to pass without incident. Such unfulfilled prophecies not only undermine the credibility of the organization's leadership but also cast doubt on the divine source of their predictions. Misrepresentation and academic fabrication. Further eroding the foundation upon which the IDMR stands is the troubling practice of its leaders claiming unearned academic credentials. This deliberate misrepresentation serves not only to deceive the public and the IDMR's followers, but also to illegitimately bolster the authority of its teachings, suggesting a profound disconnect between the organization's ethical teachings and its practices. Troubling associations and internal issues. The history of the IDMR is also tainted by its associations with known cult leaders, individuals whose own organizations have been criticized for manipulative and harmful practices. Such associations raise questions about the discernment and intentions of the IDMR's leadership and their commitment to the well-being of their followers. Moreover, the organization has been plagued by internal issues, including instances of financial fraud, allegations of sexual abuse, a high incidence of failed marriages among its members, and rampant substance abuse. These issues, particularly when juxtaposed with the IDMR's claims of divine guidance and moral superiority, present a troubling paradox. The prevalence of such serious moral and legal failings within the organization starkly contrasts with its self-professed divine nature and mission. The toll on mental health. Perhaps most poignantly, the fallout from the organization's failures, broken promises, and internal strife has had a significant impact on the mental health of its members. Reports of disillusionment, depression, and other mental health challenges are not uncommon among former members, many of whom joined the IDMR seeking spiritual fulfillment and a sense of community, only to find themselves entangled in a web of controversy and disappointment. A call for reflection and accountability. The stark contrast between the IDMR's divine claims and its earthly realities prompts a deeper reflection on the nature of religious organizations and the responsibility they bear to their adherents. It raises the imperative question of accountability, not just in terms of adherence to the moral and ethical teachings professed, but also in the honesty and integrity of its leadership. As this essay lays bare the contradictions and challenges within the IDMR, it invites readers and members alike to question, seek truth, and demand transparency and integrity from those who claim to guide them on a path of spiritual enlightenment. In closing, it is illogical on a number of levels that the only truth in the world, sent directly from God by means of a divine vision and revelation, would contain so many irregularities, failures, and outright negativity. Ask yourself, are these the results you'd expect from an organization that was literally established and run by God?